If you're watching this video, I assume it's because you've just started your business or you're thinking about starting a business and you want to know what is the strategy behind getting from 0 to 3K per month and beyond. In today's video, I'm going to give you my exact framework from going from 0 to 3K and kind of why I got stuck there for a long time and how I was able to grow from 3K to 10K in under 3 months. So watch until the end. There's going to be a lot of valuable content. I'm going to try to keep it as concise as possible, give you my exact framework from 0 to 3K first. So if you're starting, that's what you want to aim for. There's no reason that you should be looking at how to reach 10K yet, because there's a process that you need to go through. But if you follow these steps and you manage to get 3K consistently every month, getting to 10K is not going to be that much more difficult. So we're going to do part 1, 0 to 3K, and then part 2, 3 to 10K and beyond. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to start with my exact framework from getting to 0 to 3K. There are a few things that you need to put in place at first, and it's going to be more time consuming because you're just getting started, and there's a lot of research that you're going to have to do until you have a good understanding of a few things that will help you grow your business in a sustainable way. So number 1, you want to define your niche and your product. I'm going to link a couple of videos because I have more videos talking about that. The first one is everything about your ideal client, and the second video is everything that has to do with your product or your service. So when you start, you want to understand if you start a business based on an ideal client, or if you have a service or a product and you are starting from there and then trying to find an ideal client. This is very important because you could start with a very specific product, but it's very hard for you to reach a target audience. So it means that maybe your niche is way too small or way too vague, and therefore it's very difficult for you to attract someone to buy your services or products. So sometimes it's easier to look at your ideal client first, or someone who you're interested in working with, and doing deep research on who they are and what they need. You must have seen a lot of videos about that, what people call client avatar, and it's just a very detailed client profile of your ideal client. When you build a client avatar, you need to think in details what the age range is, where they live, where they hang out, and where they hang out, it could be what they do on the weekend. Do they have kids? Do they have families? Are they healthy? Are they, fitness oriented? What does your ideal client do specifically that is going to be important when you start looking at your product? You also want to think about where they hang out in terms of where they consume content. So it could be Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google, whatever it is. This is going to be key because if you can have a clear idea about the platform they hang out the most on, so for instance Instagram, you know that you're probably going to have to market your services or your products on Instagram rather than LinkedIn. So again, I'm not going to go too much in depth about that. You have 2 videos from my playlist to look at. I'm going to link them down below so you can watch those first and then come back to this video. Once you've defined your niche, you know exactly who your ideal client is, you want to ensure that your product or service is going to be exactly what your ideal client needs. And to understand what they need, you need to understand their pain. So by talking to them, which is the simplest way, you can have a better understanding about what they are struggling with right now and how you come in as the solution to their problems. The more you can set yourself apart as the solution to a problem, a pain point that they're having right now in their lives, the easier it's going to be for you to sell your product or your service. Once you've defined your niche and your product or your service, the second thing that you need is to be visible. If you have figured out that Instagram is going to be the best platform to talk to your client directly, you want to put together a plan or a strategy to ensure that you are providing everything that they need to make a decision about your product or your service. So of course, it's all about sharing value, sharing information, sharing answers to their pain points, their questions, before anything else. But at the end of the day, you have a business and you want to ensure that at some point, some of the people following you on Instagram are gonna reach out and start working with you as a client or buy your product if you are selling products. So there are two things that we want to do. It's the first one, we want to provide a lot of value. Value is the key. Instead of focusing on the selling part, you want to make sure that you provide as much value as possible, because it's not only going to make people want to follow your page because they know they're going to get valuable information, but it's also positioning you as an authority in your field, someone who knows what they're talking about. And also by sharing a lot of value, you're creating a relationship of trust. People are going to start to trust you because they think that you know exactly what they're going through. And the more you talk to them, the better equipped you're going to be to create valuable content, because you're going to know exactly what they're struggling with and what they need to hear. So at this point, we want to be consistent. This is key. We don't want to be posting once or twice a week and then disappearing for 2 weeks and then coming back. People should know that you're going to be posting 3-4 times a week, and they will be expecting your content. They will be looking for it. If you're not consistent, they're just going to drop out and lose interest. Consistency is key. Even if you feel like it's not working, I posted for almost a year. This was during the pandemic. I posted during almost a year thinking that it was not working. But when you're consistent and you're consistently trying to help, there comes a day where you're going to start getting the results that you want, and it may take longer than other people, but don't look at what everyone else is doing. Just think about what you are doing and why it matters to you and your ideal clients. So consistency is key, and then you want a plan. I have a free Instagram strategy workbook that I put together. I'm gonna drop the link down below for you to download it. It's the exact strategy that I use to go from 0 to 3K and beyond organically with less than 1,000 followers. So it doesn't matter how many followers you have right now, you can absolutely make money by posting Instagram content. And this Instagram strategy is a great place to start if you've never posted on Instagram. And also remember that whatever you start doing at first is going to feel hard, but the more you do it, the more consistent you are, the easier it's gonna get. Number 3, we need systems to manage your projects and keep track of everything. You don't need professional tools right now from 0 to 3K, but you do need to understand how to manage your projects more easily, because it's not when you start growing very fast that you're going to have a lot of time to figure out how you should be managing your projects. So when you start your business, start thinking already about a process for managing your projects, keeping everything organized and delivering a spotless client experience to the clients that you already have. Again, I have a template for interior designers to manage their projects more easily. It's the template that we've been using for all our interior design clients. So if you want this, I'm going to link it down below. Feel free to check it out. And yeah, basically this is what I've been using to go from 0 to 3K. It was nothing complicated. I absolutely have no doubt that you can reach that too. It's not about making things complicated. It's about consistency and understanding who you're talking to. So the clearer you are about who you're talking to and how you come in as the solution to this ideal client, the easier it's going to be for you to create content that resonates with them. And then having an Instagram strategy, knowing exactly what you're going to be posting and when, is going to help you achieve the results that you want. Part 2 of the video is how I grew from 3K to 10K every month consistently. And there are a few layers that I added there, because what I realized is when I reached 3K per month, I was feeling overworked and overwhelmed, and I needed to streamline my systems and start delegating. At some point, you're not going to be able to do everything on your own, because you're just going to impact the quality of the work that you produce. You're not going to be able to take care of your clients the way that you should be taking care of them. And if you want to start targeting higher paying clients, so more premium clients, the client experience is absolutely fundamental. So at this point, if you're wanting to grow to 10K, you're going to be using the strategy, but you're going to be adding a few layers that I'm going to explain now. The first step is that you're going to want to increase your reach. You want more people to be aware of your offer so that you consistently get inquiries and sign more clients. So you want to up your content game. What does it mean? Does it mean that you post more often, or maybe you add a different platform? For me, I added the YouTube channel, so I had Instagram, and then I started adding the YouTube channel. I focused more on my newsletter, so it means that my email list had to grow, because having an email list is a great way to talk to people directly and potentially help you sign more clients. So you want to think about, besides that first platform, are you going to up your game on Instagram only, or are you going to be adding something else that is going to help you increase your reach and get more inquiries in the process? Step 2 is that you want to refine your systems. If you are clear about all the steps that need to be taken from the moment that someone inquires about your services to signing them as client all the way to offboarding them, what are all the steps that you need to take? The clearer you are about everything that needs to happen during the lifespan of the project, the easier it's going to be for you to be efficient and productive and provide a spotless client experience. So once you're clear, just start thinking about the areas that you can potentially automate. So using a tool, Dubsado or ClickUp, Dubsado for client management or ClickUp as a project management tool. Are there things within your process that you can automate so that you don't have to do them yourself or pay an admin, pay a VA to do them for you? The more you automate, the more time you're going to have to do other things. Then step 3 is you will need to think about delegating some of your work. If you've been working on your own for a long time, delegating is going to feel really hard. You're going to think that you can't afford it yet. You're going to think that people don't get you, that nobody can do it the way that you do it. But a business needs more than one person to grow and be successful and be sustainable. So you're going to have to start delegating some of the work to other people, whether it's a VA, another designer, an outsourcing firm like ours. You will start thinking about what is your zone of genius, so tasks that you cannot delegate, that you have to do yourself, and what are some of the tasks that are highly time consuming, that you don't really like doing, that you can possibly delegate to someone else. Well, I'm not gonna get into it in too much details, but the goal of an outsourcing firm is that you delegate with zero risk to you, because you only delegate when you have work for the outsourcing team. You don't have to pay them a salary like you would for an employee. So you have no overhead costs, but you have people, you have a full team of designers to support you in your business when you have periods of high workload. So this is going to help you elevate the quality of the work that you produce, and it's going to help you focus on your clients. And as I said, step number 4 is that you really do need to reduce the number of tasks that you are going to be doing yourself, because the more you do, the less quality you're going to bring to the table. But by reducing the amount of tasks, activities that you're going to be doing, you're going to increase the quality of them, because you're going to have more time to focus on them. Also remember that you're not just a designer, but you are a business owner. Having enough time to think about strategy, tracking results, seeing what is working in the business, what is not working. Is Instagram still working, or do you need to move to Pinterest? All of this matters. And as a business owner, you need enough time to build a strategy and then track the results and see how you're going to tweak the strategy so that you can reach your financial goals. And the last step that you may want to incorporate, I will leave it as optional for now, but it has helped me, especially from 10K and beyond, is to do high value investments. And for me, it was the mentoring. I meet up with a mentor every single week to talk about strategy, review results, work on my mindset, because we all have mindset blocks at some point. It's completely normal. So for me, having a mentor has been a tremendous help, and it's something that I happily invest in every month. So if there's anything else that you think at this point will increase the quality of the work that you do, help you grow to the next stage, then do it. It could be also upgrading to a new brand identity. Maybe your clients has slightly changed, your products has slightly changed, or you want to attract higher paying clients, more premium clients, and you think your brand identity doesn't match the new version of your business that you want to be. Then investing in your brand identity, a new website, could be something else that we can consider as high value investments. So as you can see, the strategy from growing to zero, not making any money, to 3K is very simple. It's just a few things that you need to put in place to ensure that you have everything you need to get to the 3K consistently every month. And then from 3K to 10K, it's going to be about removing some of the tasks that you're currently doing to free up time to focus on business, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, and adding some automation and delegating to someone who can help you build a sustainable business. It was a very simple video, but I think it gives you the basics of what I've done to achieve those results myself in my business. I will link all the resources down below. I think they're really important. You can have my free Instagram strategy workbook. Then I will share as well the ClickUp template that you can use to manage all your interior design projects and your procurement phase, which is a little bit of a mess. It's a very tricky process, so you can use that one. And then I will share other links that I think you may want of other videos that I've done that I think will be beneficial to you. Again, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.